Good evening, my fellow wanderers of light. A curious thing happens the moment one agrees to critique a photograph. One is no longer merely looking, one is seeing with intent. And that, my friends, is a tremendous responsibility. Because a photograph is never merely pixels on a screen or ink upon paper. It is choice, timing, risk, patience. It is a fragment of someone's attention, preserved and offered up for others to consider. And so the question becomes, how does one critique such a thing well? How does one become not merely opinionated, but useful? Allow me to offer a framework, not a rigid formula. No, photography resists cages. Think of this instead as a sturdy tripod, 3 firm legs and a few wise attachments, stable enough to guide us, flexible enough to move with the light. The first leg is language. Words matter enormously. A photograph described as nice leaves us nowhere. A photograph described as restrained, dramatic, lyrical, uneasy, deliberate, or intimate suddenly gives shape to thought. Critique begins with naming what we see with precision and care. The right word illuminates, the wrong word obscures, and careless language can bruise a photographer faster than harsh lighting at noon. Choose words honestly. Choose them specifically. Choose them as though they matter, because they do. The second leg is standard. By what standard shall we judge? This matters more than many realize. A beginner learning composition is not standing before us with the same goal as a seasoned professional preparing work for publication. A wildlife image and an abstract still life are not attempting the same conversation, and a critique becomes unfair the instant we apply the wrong measuring stick. Before offering judgment, ask, what is this photograph trying to do? Who is it for? What genre is it speaking within? Then evaluate how well it succeeds on its terms. Technical perfection may matter deeply in one frame. Raw, emotional truth may matter more in another. Standards should be principled but adaptable, firm enough to guide, flexible enough to remain fair. The third leg is practice, and here photography and critique become siblings. The more we do either, the more we notice. At first, we may only see broad things. It's bright, it's sharp, I like it. Perfectly natural, but over time, the eye sharpens. You begin noticing edge tension, visual weight, competing highlights, body language, rhythm, narrative. And eventually you learn not merely to notice what is working, but why. Critiquing is learned through repetition, by doing it, by listening to others, by being wrong occasionally and refining your eye. One thoughtful critique today becomes 10 better critiques tomorrow. The fourth leg, yes, I know a tripod has only 3. Indulge an old man, is knowledge base. A critic should cultivate broad artistic awareness, painting, cinema, design, color theory, storytelling. The visual arts borrow shamelessly from one another, and within photography itself, light, composition, lens behavior, exposure, editing choices, genre conventions, printing, presentation. A critic need not know everything, mercifully, but the deeper the knowledge, the more generous and informed the critique becomes. Knowledge transforms reaction into understanding. And finally, perhaps most important of all, humility. A critic must remember that every photograph contains choices we may not fully understand. We were not there when the shutter clicked. We do not always know the constraints, the intention, the emotion behind the frame. So critique with confidence, yes, but also with curiosity. Trade certainty for inquiry. Instead of, this doesn't work, try, I wonder if a lower angle would strengthen the subject. Instead of declaring, invite discovery. A great critic does not stand above the artist. A great critic stands beside them, lantern in hand, helping illuminate what may already be there. So our framework becomes this: language, choose words with care; standard, critique by the right measure; Practice, sharpen the eye through repetition. Knowledge base, build understanding. And humility. Remember, we are all still learning. A photograph deserves our attention. A photographer deserves our respect. And the best critiques do not merely evaluate images. They help others and ourselves see more clearly. Until next time, my friends, keep your eyes curious, your standards honest, and your words worthy of the light.